And so that's what the point of tonight's live is. Kevin CC is live. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Jordan Paul is it's crazy. I mean, she's like, I'm not a scammer. I go to the front desk and I show my receipt, bro. It's like you specifically wait for 10 o'clock every morning where you're in this rush mode to get people to give you money quickly. And it's like,
Okay, so yeah, I muted my mic. So I decided to go way back with Tim Nash, which is True Knowledge, and I was deep diving into a little bit of. I was trying to find this actual video of all the lies about True Knowledge, and it was like what 2 minute fine, yeah. But I watched a bit of it, so yeah, this is all the lies, and what I like about uh, Penny Ferry, he he spots some stuff that most of us won't even notice at all.
you obviously don't have a job because you're not paying for your own room any single night. There's not one night where you pay for your own shit. And all of a sudden your car is back in the shop. Just all bullshit with her. It's just a way to manipulate people by coming on at the last minute. So, and she's always showing the dogs. It's just me and my two dogs back there. And then she's like, "Oh, well, be,
He's talking about Jordan Bell.
it's all so fake, and it's just to get people to donate quickly. You got an hour to get to the money, and it's
Yeah, he's
not
talking
cool,
about Jordan Paul
not cool at all.
right now.
Um, so, anyways, let's cue up some video, and
to get off and go talk to
sorry, that's
a few people.
Forget her. Uh, let's get some videos queued up. All right, good. Who should we cover first? Should we do Ashley's video first, or should we do True Knowledge first? I'll leave it up to y'all. Yeah, I've seen Kingstar. I'm a lurking spirit. I'm a lurking spirit, and they always block me. True Knowledge, Ashley, True Knowledge. Dang it.
Hey, Kiwi girl.
Uh, let's see if I can do one of these.
We're watching a Penny Ferry with about on True Knowledge, Tim Nash.
All right, so we'll do smiley face for True Knowledge and sad face for Ash. So we'll do it that way. Here we go. Smiley face, True Knowledge, sad face, Ashley. They're both going to be covered tonight. Just one's going first.
And spoiler alert, it's True Knowledge. I'm good. How about you, Kiwi?
Dang, this is a close one. Come around the bend and you I can't.
Yeah, that one. But that is something from I think 2023. But this video was done in the 21st of September 2024. I'm going like back on him, showing all his lies.
Do that. horse racing thing, or I would. Down the stretch. True knowledge. All right. Looks like our boy Timmy Boy won, but we're gonna do Ashley too. She's not gonna be in it. Okay. So true knowledge. All right. Let's get this started up.
And I just now recently got an address.
Okay.
Penny Ferry, if you're not aware, it's like this guy, I loved him. It's like, yeah, he was one of the top there with Mexican Homie, All for One, Scam Slam, and Scammy Claus. Oh, he's been an addict for years, Kiwi.
So just try to follow along with me. I might be all over the place at points, but it will all make sense. Let me get the video up. Let me scoot down a little bit.
That's how he looked like in 2023, 2024.
All right. Hello. Hello, Teresa. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Everybody will acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me. Oh, shit. That guy every morning.
He's full of shit.
All right. So we're going to start off.
True knowledge, not Penny Ferry.
This is going to prove.
It's like this guy, Penny Ferry, is a guy that every details, he finds it. Big different, eh?
Bro has been at this lady, and I'm going to say her name. I'm not going to say her full name. Her name's Yvette, because he does call her Yvette in one of his videos. Yvette's along in on this scam with him, because he's been living there since his first video, which I'm going to show that and show proof of how I came to this conclusion. So he's been there since his first video on his old account, which was Dusty Bones. And his video was going to be from December. This first video I'm going to show you is a recent video. Then we'll go from there. So let's start off. Thank you, Carrie.
I've only been here like a week and some change, maybe a couple days.
Okay, so that was him saying he's been there for a week and maybe a couple of days.
I'm battling the
On this.
week and some change, maybe a couple days.
All right, so you see,
And it looks like he had long hair, because it looked like, it's like once you get to see the rest of the video, it looks like he has a man bun.
can you see that on the bottom? If you may have to scroll to the right so you can see the wording and stuff like that, but you'll see it's on his Dusty Bones, and I believe it's from what, 12/11 of 2023? 12/11/2023, exactly. So this is where he's shooting like his first video, where he starts his whole begging thing and that he's being kicked out of this place that he's in. So he's being kicked out of this place, but here we go.
I'm battling leiomyosarcoma.
Pay attention to the cabin.
Well, I was in there, my wife left. Struggling to find help with.
All right, so you see that cabinet, and forget the cabinet. What is very distinctive, because cabinets are cabinets, you know, dime a dozen. What's distinctive are those like water pipes or whatever, the two water pipes right next to it. No, he doesn't. Well, in my opinion, he doesn't have cancer. He's never proved that he has cancer, and everything he said, and we'll go over that along the way, would prove that he's a liar and that I wouldn't believe a word that he says. So, anyway, And yeah, no wife, because he said his wife left him, but he's been staying with this Yvette lady the whole time. So here we go.
Means the water pipes.
All right. Now, I'm not going to tell you their address or anything like that. It doesn't matter. However, this is from Zillow, okay? And this was when the apartment was up for rent a couple of years ago. As you can see, the pipes, the same cabinets, everything like that. So he's been at Yvette's apartment, the apartment he's in now, the one where he's been saying he's, you know, staying in an abandoned house. And we'll get more to that in a second, too. But as you can see, he's in the same place as he was back in December as he is now, which is Yvette's house, because this actual picture is from Yvette's apartment before she rented it out. Like before she moved in, this picture was one of the pictures they had up and stuff like that. So that's one thing, and we'll continue.
Yes, it was. I was staying in an abandoned house. I moved in here, what, 2 days ago, I think, guys?
All right, so you'll see in this video, he's saying he's outside the abandoned house. Rats are nipping at his toes or whatever the fuck they were doing.
Hey, Jackie.
But again, pay attention to the house in the background.
Cover everything up. I've got a major infection. It's probably from you fucking rats and shit in the abandoned houses I'm staying in.
All right, so you see that apartment, the steps, the doors and stuff like that. Now, again, here we are. This is the address at which he's staying at now. This is the address he stays at right now, which he stayed at since
That was when he was staying in Pittsburgh, not where he is right now.
at least December. Same apartment, sitting outside of it, saying that's the abandoned house that rats were nipping at his toes. About a month ago in his videos.
And just remember, he's living in Tennessee. That is Pittsburgh. So that was last year.
So same apartment, same everything.
Good morning, everybody.
So this video is again him saying that he's staying at an abandoned house right now and rats were on him and stuff like that. I'm just showing the different angles of proof from his lie.
So,
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, I'm going way back. Yeah, I was looking for this video and it took me 2 seconds to look for it. Well, yeah, in a way. Penny Fairy's life. That's the one I've been looking for, where Penny Fairy is showing the proof that he's not sick.
this is where I slept last night.
So if you watch him, you know that that's the porch that he's on when he's on his lives and stuff like that. Okay, so again, this is where he's on the apartment porch, and it's a porch that's on my screen. Let me take this down for a second. Where is my... Sorry. So you see my background, and you see the porch he was on. The background is the porch, like that's what he's on, and that's where he's recording from, saying that that was the abandoned house that he was, sleeping at. I'll continue. And again, this is just a picture from the Zillow ad showing the outside of it. So as you can see, it's the exact location that he's saying is this abandoned house.
It's very sweet. It was awesome.
I was just showing this video because that's just showing that he's on that same porch. This is when he was live a few days ago from the apartment that he needs $95 from every week that the lady just let him start staying in when he's been there.
Yeah, this is a live from September 21st, 2024. So it's been a year.
Since December.
All right, let me.
This is just a validation video.
My buddies.
again, now he's still on that same porch. Now he's saying he's at a buddy's house. This was about from 2 months ago. He's at his buddy's house, just filming this before the wife gets home.
Yeah, I like his accent.
House. Oh, I
Hey, Shadell.
can try to relax while his wife's gone. The phone.
So you saw that. So that part of my video just proves that he's been in the same place now while he's saying he's been homeless and living in abandoned houses and everything like that. He's been at the same person's house now, like I said, since almost a year. I mean, December will be a year that we know of. You know, it could have been longer. I don't know. But I can just go back to December when he posted that first video to prove that. His ad is, I think I have it. Let me put it up. I should have it somewhere. Is this it? That's it, right there. So his username is True Knowledge 3. That's his Cash App right there. Just in case, you know, you want to do what you gotta do. So I'll leave that up for now. I don't think it's going to be in the way. All right, so thank you, Jalen. Glad you're here too. So that part, I just wanted to prove the lie there. So he's not been homeless. He's just been using this lie to get money from people, making believe he's staying outside and sleeping outside and needs this $95 to pay Yvette when it's not true. He's been living there with her for, like I said, almost a year now. Just going to show some more of his lies right here with the phone that he's using.
Belongs to my friend. I have to give it back to them because the phone belongs to my friend. I have to give it back to them because it belongs to they have an autistic son, and they've let me use his toy phone so that I could try to get things together.
I'm pretty sure it's like autistic people, they don't lend their stuff unless they trust the person. And also, I don't think a buddy would lend somebody a phone for them to go on TikTok and beg. I would not put my personal information on a borrowed phone.
I mean, I see this isn't even my
I think he's either from Jersey or New York.
phone. This is the lady I rent the room off of. So I don't even have a phone right now.
All right, so again, I'm just building up. My goal here is, since I can't say for certain, because like, how can I say, oh, someone doesn't have something? You know, but from I mean, as we go along and go deeper down the rabbit hole, you'll see that he lies about so much that the cancer would be one thing that he'd be lying about too, because you'll see he's saying that he was like diagnosed.
God, okay, I muted my phone for my mic for some reason. Okay, it's like I was trying to say, my nephew, he's high functioning autistic. I can't touch his Xbox. I can't touch his cell phone. I can't touch his computer because he flips out. So having him, it's like having a person who's autistic to lend a phone. No.
Ghost in like October. He doesn't know when they caught it, but it was just caught recently.
It was pause QE.
And we'll see that back in 2021, he was saying that he had the cancer already, and that'll show you. Or I know in my heart that he doesn't, but I can't say that because that could be something that could I can't, you know what I'm saying. All right, so here we go.
I have no post-op surgery stuff, no gauze. I'm literally going to have a good bit of the flesh removed from this portion of my leg.
So a bit of the flesh. This is before he had the quote unquote surgery, that he'd be in the hospital for 2 or 3 days and he was let out the next day. But again, he was never in the hospital.
So I'm going to go through a lot of gauze.
This was
I mean, that's where the incisions and stuff are. I'm not going to peel that off yet.
So at that point, like, he was going along with that shit. Like, he was showing that to try to convince people that that was the bandages and stuff like that. He thought he showed it quick enough. I called him out in the chat saying, bro, you got a pad on your leg. And that's when he was like, yeah, so I have a pad on my leg. It's because I didn't raise enough money for gauze. But it's a pad.
Like, I just had surgery, period.
Oh geez, I never seen a medical professional put a Tampad right on a surgical skirt right after surgery. I'm sure there's medical professionals or people who had surgery or anybody would know you don't put a damn Tampax right on a surgery.
So that's a picture. That's how the hospital addressed his tumor surgery with some masking tape, used masking tape, and a new pad sticky side down. So obviously he didn't have any surgery to remove tumors. So again,
Yeah, it wouldn't be sterile.
put it together for yourself. You know he's lying. It's all bullshit. But that's how they dressed his wound at the hospital, I guess.
And he had surgery and he only stayed 2 days. I'm sure if you had like a major surgery in a hospital, you're going to stay about a few days, the most, probably a week, depending on the type of surgery.
They do things differently in Pittsburgh.
Okay, and I have those. But I'm not going to show my paperwork on here. I'm still not showing any of that stuff. Why? So somebody can take and turn around and make copy. No, I'm not doing any of that stuff. My medical stuff is mine.
And you could clearly hear he's high as a kite. Like he's flying high.
And here's my issue with people that come on here and use something like this, like, oh, I have cancer. If you go anywhere to try to get financial assistance, you are going to have to prove yourself. You are going to have to prove that you have cancer. You're going to have to prove that you have whatever you're saying you're having. The reason you're not getting disability, Medicaid, and whatever else is because you can't show them that proof. So you
Bingo.
come on to TikTok where people don't expect proof. They'll just send you their money. You know this. You tell us about every little thing. But one thing you can't do is just show us the proof. You can fold up any, personal information that you want to hide. But you're not going to do it because you don't have it to show us. It's as simple as that.
It's like anybody in the right mind, if they're really sick and they say, hey, I have cancer, but people want to see it to believe it. It's like if anybody needs to show proof to prove that you're sick. If somebody asks, show proof that you're sick. Yeah, fine. If somebody would ask me if I have a heart issue, hell, hey, I got a card because I can't pass through metal detectors. Hey, Blazed, I'm good. How about you? Blazed, sorry. I got a card to show that I have an ICD implant pacemaker. So I could show that. I can't go through metal detectors. Yes, Blazed. This was about, and also it's basically about this live was done last year, but he's talking about him on 2023.
If you want money for something, the least you should do is prove what you need money for. Because that goes across the board in life. No matter, people don't just give it to you. Any organization just doesn't give it to you because they need to make sure it's a legit cause.
Yeah. And also when I had to do my disability review, I screenshotted everything on mine. I printed everything that was happening on my chart. Letters from my cardiologist, notes from cardiologist, notes from my GP, notes from every goddamn person. It's like I still have those papers now. I copied them.
So I'm not sure why people don't.
And I did send it. Like the envelope was thick. I did send it, and within 3 months they said, "Oh, no more reviews for you."
Press these people before giving money. If you want to send someone money and they're saying they have cancer, I mean, don't send people money on here. But if you wanted to, get proof. And you won't get that proof, and so you won't send the money. So it will work out in your favor anyway. But don't just believe people that, someone's strung out looking and be like, oh, he's saying he has cancer, when he hasn't done one thing to prove he has cancer. But I'll debunk everything else that he's saying about himself. We'll continue.
Well, I'm not walking to the dollar store. That's too far. That's like a couple miles away, and I won't make that.
So people told him to go to the dollar store to get gauze. He said it's a couple of miles away. Remember that. He says it's a couple of miles away, which if you're walking a couple of miles, what's that, a half hour? About 15 minutes a mile when you're walking, roughly?
You're always misplaced.
15, 20 minutes maybe. So 30, 40 minutes. Can we agree with that? So he can't walk 2 miles. However, we're going to go into this next video of his.
I have now been walking, trying to get home for 4 hours.
How long have I?
So a couple of days after the surgery, he allegedly went to the hospital and he was walking for 4 hours. Not even 4 miles, 4 hours. So you couldn't walk the 30 minutes to the dollar store, you can't walk that far, but here you are saying you just walked 4 miles from 4 hours from a hospital. Makes no sense. And it makes no sense because it's not true. If it doesn't make sense, it's because it's not true.
I had it. They don't know exactly how long I've had it.
So
So they don't know how long you had cancer. I'm not an expert on cancer. I never had cancer. But I know some people, a lot of people who had cancer, who passed from cancers. Some of them are battling, some of them beat them and all that stuff. But I'm sure the doctor would give you like an estimate how long you had it.
there you go. He's saying he doesn't know exactly how long.
We don't know how long I've actually had it. Because as far advanced as it is, I have vascular leiomyosarcoma.
Stage 4. Which means it's starting to move into my organs. That's what it means.
All right.
Okay, so this, I don't know, I think this is part of his GoFundMe. Today, February 8th, I got the biopsy result from the mass they found in my shoulder. I've been diagnosed with leiomyosarcoma. As of right now, I have not discussed treatment option as I have to heal from the shoulder surgery. Please pray and keep sharing.
So this is from his own GoFundMe. February 8th, 2021. I got biopsy results. I've been diagnosed with the leiomyosarcoma. So why is he saying, so he was diagnosed back in 2021. Why is he saying he doesn't know when?
So basically, he has cancer since 2021, stage 4, and he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive from stage 4 cancer in like 4 years.
When he was diagnosed with it. Because he allegedly got this diagnosis 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, February of 2021. So over 3.5 years ago. Exactly, Auburn. He would have been by now. And he's still here, yeah. And that's the thing, Laura Lee. That's why this type of shit angers me more than just a regular beggar. Just coming on and being like, an Austin Tamargo that's just a lazy ass that, just send me money for.
It's the Instagram, Shadell. I'm sorry. When I say that, because I know a lot of people, they lost limbs for various reasons. I don't want to make fun of them, but I'm making fun of him. When I say it's Instagram, I'm into him, not to anybody. I know everybody would want to know, who lost a limb would want to know his secret.
Healthy herbs and shit like that. That's the difference, is that people are suffering from this, and he's banking on that. He's banking on the people that are actually going through this, and they're sending their money, even though they really don't have it to send. But when this guy's, stripped down with no shirt on and saying, oh, I need money because I haven't eaten in 3 days and whatever the else he's saying, and I need gauze and all of his other bullshit. So that's why it pisses me off, people like this, people like Amanda Bowden, that lie about cancer to get funds from people. That's where I get pissed off. Totally theft by deception. And we'll get more into his little updates.
I have to be at the 4:30 or 5. Yeah, I have to be there at 4:30. Is it 4:30 or 5:30? 4:30. 4:30. Yeah.
And so Yvette, who he just moved into this lady's apartment, knows when his appointments are and stuff like that. That's, that was a little odd.
He needs a box of pad. Yeah. I know there is a a homeless guy who goes on TikTok. I haven't seen him beg, but this dude is really funny. But he has pads around his head. Yeah, it's more like a little blister. Yeah, I think my live yesterday or the day before, I said peroxide and a band-aid would help.
But as you heard, he's got to be there at 4:30. So that was the night before his surgery. Let's go morning of his surgery.
That's what I thought.
I'm getting ready to leave. It's 4:30 in the morning.
All right, so he's sitting in his room. He's saying it's 4:30 in the morning. You were supposed to be at your appointment by 4:30, but the dumbest thing of this was that he posted this at about 7:30, but he posted it saying that Yvette is posting this for him like 3 hours later. Like he recorded it at 4:30, but it's being posted at 7:30. But if you look at Pittsburgh, bottom right, that's what Pittsburgh looks like at 4:30 in the morning. That's a screenshot from that date, and at that 4:23 a.m. in Pittsburgh.
And also hospitals, they don't get you to admit. They don't get you to admit in the hospital at 4:30 in the morning. When I had my ablation, I had to be there at 6:30. Between 6:30.
You see how dark it is, and you see the sunlight on his face. He didn't go anywhere. There was no surgery. There was nothing. It's just, again, all bullshit. Right, it's sunny as fuck at 4 a.m. Like white nights of freaking Russia. So anyway, that just, again, this
Hi, Lakin.
proves another lie of his.
No, I'm fighting for state insurance here. Stupid. I don't know why they've denied me 3 times.
Right here, he's going to say that he needs to get an attorney. You'll see that he says, so here we are, over 3.5 years after he's diagnosed with it, and he's just putting in for disability for the first time. You'll hear him. He'll say it.
I'm also filing for food stamps and been battling for disability for a couple months too, waiting on my first denial so I can go get a lawyer.
Waiting on his first denial. So he's had this rare form of aggressive cancer for 3.5 years, but he's just going to try to sign up a couple of months ago for disability. Like, that makes zero sense.
There is lawyers. There is called some lawyers that's called legal aid that would help you fight for disability. Because when I applied for disability, I got denied, and then I went to a lawyer. Which this guy, I was doing some things wrong. He got me to do what to do, and I got approved. And I went to the tribunal, and I got approved. Yeah, and he still has stage 4 cancer.
And again, he said this is I don't know what night it was, but then on his next live, he's going to say that he's been talking to a lawyer. So in this live, he said that way he can get a lawyer. And
I've been talking to a disability lawyer.
So just again, another lie. He can't keep up with his lies. So on one night, when he's probably fucking higher than Giraffe's balls, I just filed for disability, and that way I can talk to a disability attorney. And the next day, he's been talking to a disability attorney. 100% hug problem.
Okay. So I think he's doing this one, January 18th, 2021. So surgery is scheduled for Tuesday, and I'm getting very nervous, as I am in no way ready. So many expenses that I had no idea how to cover. as of right now, I'm having trouble linking my checking account to this fundraiser. So I'm also accepting donation to Cash App, whatever. Okay.
Why would I put this up? Maybe.
Lakin, this is proof that he said it's stage 4.
All right. So I guess. All right. So these are the screenshots from his. These are the screenshots from his his GoFundMe. So back in January of 2021, he started off saying that he was having shoulder surgery. This was before the alleged cancer diagnosis.
You know, he would be a billionaire or trillionaire if he would share his secret how he regrew his leg.
Everyone, this is Tim. Tomorrow morning, I'm going for my second surgery. So please, if you can share this page. So this surgery wasn't even about cancer yet. This was about his shoulder. And the reason why, well, I'll discuss the reason why I have the specific shirt I'm wearing on. So, I mean, if you can just go to his, all you have to do is to go.
Here's another one. So things are getting worse as time goes by. The seizures are progressing, and with the tumor on my spine, I'm losing the use of my legs. And now I need to look into a wheelchair. My memory is fading, and now that without your support, I won't make it on my own. Oh, wow.
GoFundMe and type in Timothy Nash, and it's the first one. And you can look at the updates and go through them because it's years and years of updates saying the same shit, basically. He has seizures, but he's going to say back then that when you go through these, that he had he had tumors on his spine,
Oh, really, Sophie?
brain tumors, tumors on his heart, tumors on his lungs, had to have a lung removed, and then he got a lung transplant, had a few different open heart surgeries, and
But he has no scars. Okay. He has no scars on his chest.
in a little bit I'll show you, not a scar, not a scratch on his chest, nothing. There's not, everything he says is lying. You saw what his leg looked like, where he was saying that he had, surgery down there. I mean, he covered it with a tampon, or a pad, not a tampon, a pad. Oh yes, the amputated leg. This bro said he had his leg amputated. He said he had his leg amputated in these updates. I'll pause on that update.
I have ended up back in the hospital several times since my last update. My lungs are shutting down because of the tumors that has been discovered. I'm struggling to get the medication I need as it is. I still don't have near enough to get the wheelchair and crutches. Please share this as I won't make it without support.
Because this is just too much. A lot of
Here's the other one. My daughter was diagnosed with COVID. That's in 2022. I'm currently on my way to Florida. I'm hoping to raise enough money to get home in a few days. I'm still trying to raise enough for the wheelchair and crutches. Any support is greatly appreciated.
it's the same thing. He went down. He's saying that he also says in his videos that he can't leave Pennsylvania because that's where his daughter is and stuff like that. But then and maybe they moved up to Pennsylvania. Obviously not. I don't think he has a wife, a daughter, or anything like that personally. Again, you can't believe a thing he says because everything that he's saying is fake. It's all bullshit. So yeah, I guess they reattached it.
Okay, this one because this is was supposed to be on Tuesday, March 17th, but at this point, I don't have anything for medication or anything else for that matter. They are going to remove 2 tumors from my heart. Okay? And 1 from the exterior of my left lung. If I'm able to raise something, I will try to reschedule for the following Tuesday, March 24th. I'm going to need enough for all medication trips to and from the doctor 2 days a week for 2 months, as well as the other basic expenses. I'm also doing a PayPal fundraiser through the link below. Anything helps. Wow.
But yeah, he's preparing for another surgery. His GoFundMe is just filled with him saying he's going for surgery. We'll get to the end of the GoFundMe so you can see how much he made.
My oncologist says I don't have much time due to complication. I'm now losing my vision. Please remember anything help. Whoa, he's going blind too? And the doctor's like, he doesn't have much time, but he's still living. That's in 2022. That's 3 years ago. I had a PFO closure after my stroke, and I was told most are done by going in the vein in your leg. And I still have the scar. I had my ablation. It was through the groin. And I stayed overnight. Now, they're talking about, I might be wrong with this. They're now doing bypass surgeries through ribs, between ribs. Yeah, I actually saw that on I saw that. They're talking about bypass surgery through ribs. That's what I got.
Just
Because they're saying that the healing, the recovery rate is much faster than going, the usual way. I'm
on GoFundMe off of all these lies.
Kiwi girl. I still have the mark from when I had my angiogram. They put the tiny hole in your wrist.
What does this one say? I'm reaching out for support. I have 3. This is where it says he has 3 tumors on his heart. He needs to get to the hospital. His prescriptions are always $3,000. Just all bullshit. He has no food. Medication, 10,000 to 15,000.
Look at this. I've been in and out of the hospital, and I have the opportunity to be put on the transplant list. Okay, but the upfront cost of the astronomical, I have no way to raise $10,000 to $15,000 for medication and the cost of everything else, because I can't even afford to eat and get to the doctors now. I don't know what to do, and I am going to lose my apartment and everything else if I don't come up with the $575 by the second. Please share anyone.
This, he was in a real.
Blazed, I saw a video of well, I go to the Ottawa Heart Institute, and through their page on Facebook, they had doctor saying that they're going to be doing they're presently doing bypass surgeries through ribs. That's what I heard. Well, yeah, I was fully awake. I was trippy. The 3 people before me, they were home in a few hours. Of course, being the last of the day, the surgeon nicked my veins on the way out, and I had 4 people flying to me. Yeah. I fell asleep because they give you the legal, the medical grade medication. And I went out. I went out like I remember going in, they were getting everything ready. And then, yeah, as soon as they put the drugs in there, it's like I was gone.
Really bad accident. So he needs a wheelchair.
Please share. I was involved in a really bad car accident last night and lost my meds. I have nothing now to replace the most urgent meds I need is $465. My wheelchair was completely destroyed. To replace the wheelchair, $500 to $900 for one. I can't handle alone. I currently have no wheelchair again, and I have to scoot on the ground because I can't even walk anymore. Please say I can't even I can't even get to the bathroom. Oh, jeez.
And now, so he needs money for a wheelchair. And he tries to say like that his friend set up this GoFundMe, but the updates have videos of him and pictures of him. And everything in there is his current cash, his PayPal, his Cash App, and his Venmo. They're all the same. So if his friend was trying to do this to make money or something like that, he would have he wouldn't send it to this guy. It wouldn't make sense.
Okay, what's this one? Please share this. I'm completely out of food and medication. I have no bandage for my legs or lack of. I'm getting really desperate and I'm tired of living. And I'm about to be thrown out on Thursday or Friday because I'm still $350 short on rent. I have no oxygen left and I'm honestly starving. I'm posting my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal for immediate help because it takes 10 to 14 days to receive the money from donation on here. Wow.
Yeah, of course, Little Bopper. I got you. It will be after the live, but definitely. Oh yeah, he's been doing this. See,
Yeah, I had something on board. It was cool watching it until the end, and it turned to shit. Bruised for 5 weeks and growing to past my knee. I wish I was sore for a few days.
he just started on TikTok back in December. He started this where he's just randomly walking around with the, hey guys, just that whole. I mean, to me, it looked like he was strung out in the first place, but he was trying to pass it off as him having.
Okay, here it is. Again, I can't see most of it, but I'm at Hillman Cancer Center, and they found several new tumors in my brain, causing severe seizures and blackouts. Please, please, please share this. I'm getting really desperate. I can't even afford to eat, and I don't know what to do anymore. I have to raise money for a new wheelchair, and I'm so scared I can't get myself to the bathroom and can't afford a nursing home. Please, please, please share this. Share this. I'm extremely desperate. Wow. If you really need, it's like nursing home. They'll find a way. I'm sure I could. It's like once I reach 55, I could walk in a nursing home, and I'm pretty sure they'll find a way saying you're going to be paying this amount a month, and the government's going to pay the rest. I was so mad I had to stay in when everybody went a few hours later. Oh God, no, hospital food. It's like the first time when I got admitted to the hospital, anyways, a couple of days later or something, it said something about having a chicken, and it was rice and vegetables with gravy. I'm like, hey, that sounds good. Well, the chicken turned out to be kind of like a little tad thicker than sandwich meat. I think it was like 2 or 3 of them. And coffee, I really wanted to go down, but they didn't want me to go downstairs because I had a heart monitor and they don't want to take a chance of me going downstairs, go get a Timmy.
And cancer and being homeless when this whole time he's been living with a vet in this apartment that he's currently living in now. But he has seizures and blackouts and everything like
Okay. 2.5 years ago, I was 6'4", 220 pounds, and strong as an ox. Now I'm 95 pounds, missing 80% of my stomach. Oh, he had stomach issues now. Stomach surgery, and a lung and a leg. So he has one lung and one leg. And that's from what's written here. Okay, and I can't even put on my own shirt. I can't afford the medication and treatment I need because I can't even afford to eat. I have almost no supper. I can't even pronounce that, has destroyed me and my life. The system and the society has thrown me away like trash. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with this? I'm alone and fighting for my life. I'm scared and no one cares. Please share. Oh God.
that. So here we go. This was last year. This was August. So this was a year ago. 2.5 years ago, I was 6'4", 220 pounds, as strong as an ox. Now I'm 95 pounds, missing 80% of my stomach. I forgot to tell you that. 80% of his stomach's gone. A lung and a leg. And I can't even put my own shirt on. So he's lost a lung, a leg, open heart surgery, spine tumors, brain tumors. Now he's talking about his liver. But again, there's nothing to prove. His body doesn't even show it. Forget paperwork. He can't even show it on his body that he had any of this done. There's absolutely nothing, no scarring, nothing even on his body to be like, oh shit, he did have his heart cut open. There's nothing. And I'll show you that in a second. So right here.
See, where's his scars? There's no scars right there, right in the middle of his stomach, of his chest, I should say. There's absolutely no scars for having a lung taken out, or transplant, or having open heart surgery. Nothing. There's absolutely no scars. I'm sure a lot of surgeons would like to know that secret. I'm sorry to hear that, Blaze. I just hope you're feeling way better now.
That's just chest hair, by the way. So some chest hair, a tattoo, couple of nipples. That's about it. %, Attic. There is no sign of cancer. And so since there's no signs of these things you're claiming, then the least you should do is show paperwork that you at least have cancer. He wouldn't even show discharge paperwork that when he had the surgery. You're telling everyone, oh, I'm having surgery to have these things removed. So then why would it be so secretive just to show paperwork, not even show your name on it, just to show paperwork, this, and this was done? That's not personal. You've already divulged that information. You're just validating the information that you told people. But there it is. So $21,000+ he raised on GoFundMe.
21,000. All that went up in smoke. My dad had one stroke. My mom, well, my parents had one stroke, but my dad, it's like his stroke was not as serious as my mom. My dad's stroke affected some of his limbs, but my mom, it affected her like big time.
with his lies about having cancer.
But I think there's something about the right side of the brain stroke and the left side of the brain. One of them is more serious than the other.
But having amputations, lung removal, seizures, just stomach removal. I mean, just everything. And that's the crazy thing is that's just GoFundMe. We don't know how much he's made on the back end with his Cash App, with his PayPal and Venmo, because in all those messages on the GoFundMe, he's like, it takes GoFundMe 14 days for me to get the money. If you can just send it directly to, my payment apps and stuff like that. So who knows the thousands that he's made over the years, and just this year alone, how much he's made on TikTok by having people send money.
I'm pretty sure he made at least a round figure because with that 21K, he probably made about 30K, 35, 40, you pushing it?
Yeah, that's over 21 G's. Over 21 G's. And you got to understand that because he was like, oh, that money went to this and that to do with, medication, stuff like that. When the fact is, there is no medication. There was no transplant. There was no leg removal. There was nothing. There's no scars on his body. There's pads on his legs. He doesn't need gauze. He doesn't need any of that shit. And anytime a hospital releases you, they give you the shit you need to do to, to dress yourself when you get home. The band.
Yeah, they give you bandages because when I had my ablation in May of last year, I had a little bit. They gave me some gauze. They even gave me like a couple days medication, even the ones I had at home, and a paper on how to take care of it and everything.
Bandages, the gauze, and stuff like that. They don't just send you home and be like, all right, good luck. Hopefully you have gauze at home. If not, use a pad, sticky side down, same as gauze. So that's who you're dealing with. And if you ask for proof, you're going to be blocked by him because he cannot prove, yeah, especially bad wounds. He was saying, oh, my leg is going to be all, torn up and stuff like that. And there was nothing. There was no redness on the leg. There was just the pad and some masking tape.
Yeah. Just the other day, he said GoFundMe was hacked. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
No redness, no signs of anything. This guy is 100% scamming you. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting what he's doing because he's doing it saying he has this cancer. And it's so fucked up to do.
That crazy.
So fucked up to do. Yeah, and the leg wasn't shaved. Just a hairy old leg, slap a pad on it, and he's good to go. See you in 2 weeks. Right, all this to get a fix. I don't know why people don't understand that these people that are coming on here that are saying, oh, I have no family, I have no friends. It's not that they don't have family or friends. They've already burned those bridges. They have no family or friends to get financial support from. Because then they'll talk about their family and friends. Oh, my blah, blah, blah. I saw that, they'll talk about them. Oh, no, they can't help me financially. Right, we know why they can't help you financially because you burn that bridge. So then they come here to TikTok because people don't question them. Some people question them. The majority of people question them. But it just takes the few gullible people that these people know. You get easily, like in my live tonight, I mean, we have 300 in here, but the total amount that has seen the live has been 2,400 at this point.
Blaze, make sure it's like either a Lambo or a Ferrari.
So over 2,000 people. Someone like this guy, he's probably getting, maybe at the same level, maybe a little more coming through his lives. Amanda Bowden, she's getting 6,000 coming through those lives because she's keeping 1,000 people in her lives steady every night. So these people just need to get less than 1% of people to send them money, and they're going to make all they need to make for the night with less than 1% of the people that go through to send them money. So you don't have to even convince 1% of people to believe you. It's less than 1%. Yeah, Jordan is another one. How are people going to think that she actually goes to work when she's wearing the same fucking clothes all week? Wearing the same clothes, isn't asking for Uber money to get to work, but she's saying that she's going to be homeless because she doesn't have a car. It's back in the shop. So how have you been getting to work?
And also, going to work wearing the same thing every day for a week. That would be, yeah. I wouldn't understand if it was a uniform, but at least your uniform is clean. Because when I worked at McDonald's or Tim Hortons and stuff, well, mostly with the uniforms, I would wash them almost every 2 days. I had 2 sets of uniform.
You're saying you work, you haven't gotten your paycheck. You haven't paid for your room, so it's not like your paycheck's going to your room because you're asking every morning for money for your room.
Well, Jordan's money, from what I heard, a rumor that it's going up to her nose. The white stuff.
Yet people, like, I don't understand why people can't think logically like that. Like, why they can't be like, wait a second, we're paying for the room every day. What happened to that check? You've been asking now for almost a month. Why haven't any of your checks come in? Like, why don't people like Crystal, who's selling, she's putting, she has a business where she's sending out, not cotton candy, but like freeze dried candy to people. I believe her name's Crystal. And it's like you're putting your business on the line for someone that if you just thought for 2 seconds, wait a second, this doesn't make sense. And she can say, oh, yeah, you paid for my room and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, you got your room paid for, but then you're also asking for money for food, for dog food, for this and that. You could be getting money from your dad. We don't know that. Yeah, you paid for the room, but you may have already had money to pay for your room. And you just come on with that hour left because it just puts that need, like it's got to happen quickly. And people are going to be more apt to give you money quick because they're like, oh shit, I don't want her and her 2 dogs to be out on the street today. So that's her new scam. You will see her on tomorrow morning at 10. If you type in Jordan Paul, I can guarantee you 10 a.m. tomorrow, she will be on being like, I only have an hour left. It's just me and my 2 dogs. I mean, here's Rocky. Rocky, come here, Rocky. Oh, yeah, it's all a manipulation tactic to get you to send money quickly. Again, it's fucked up to do to people because then you're playing on their emotions. But that's what these scammers do. Because she's like, well, I'm not a scammer because I get my room. I don't care. You can try to church it up and say whatever you want. You're a scammer, first of all, because you've been evicted. The 3, because she was like, I was in a 6-month lease. Sorry, I know I'm going off on a tangent. This was about Tim and Ashley, but I'm talking about Jordan Paul right now. Lesbian gay together. One spelled L-E-Z, one L-E-S, both accounts. But if you type in Jordan Paul tomorrow at 10 a.m., if you're not already blocked by her, she'll be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll put a penny on that. If I'm wrong, I will send you a penny. You give me your PayPal, I'll send you a penny. But you can show us anything you want. You can show that the room was paid for, but the room, you may have had money to cover that room, and now it's just messed up. Oh yeah, forget it. I forgot. So she has 3 evictions, and there's proof on, I believe, on my YouTube. because I know I put it somewhere, but there's court papers from July of last year kicking her out of the place she was in last year. There's court papers from November kicking her out of the place that she had to go to after she got kicked out of the place there. And then in March, she started getting evicted in November, but she was able to, finagle it where she got through till February, March, before the marshal came in, and may have had to do with the winter. I'm not sure the laws in Columbus, Ohio, and stuff like that in Franklin County. But so she got into a new place at the end of March, and she's trying to say that, oh, I had a 6-month lease and it was up. But it's like, all right, you've been saying that now for 6 weeks. So 6 weeks ago, that would have been like 4.5 months. Your lease wouldn't have been up yet, Jordan. You're full of shit. You're a scammer. And then she was allegedly not going to do online university anymore because she was going to do in-person learning. But now she's saying that she still does online university, and has 7 honor societies or honor rolls and whatever other bullshit. 7 semesters in a row. 7 little chipmunks twirling on a branch eating sunflowers at my grandpa's ranch. You know that old nursery rhyme from the sea? That's from Something About Mary. I'm going to take a drink because I feel like I'm starting to sound like a man about, and I need to oil up my mouth right now. So give me a second.
Everybody will acknowledge me.
Who is the guy talking? That's true. I don't know. The one who says acknowledge me? I don't know. I don't remember.
Jeez, I'm not that crazy.
All right, I changed the background for you guys. All right, so that's my take on Tim, and Jordan Paul. Jordan's lying to you guys. Yeah, she needs money for a motel room. That I believe. Oh, Kelly did the train. Oh, fuck. All right. Thank you, Kelly, for the train. Also, let me thank everyone. Suba, Deanna, Amber, Low Carb, Kelly, Thursday, Happy Mommy, Kelly, Deb Dogs, Most Smartest. Most Smartest, go follow that guy. He's good. Megs with the money gun. Thank you, Megs. But what do you call it? Most Smartest, funny shit. He does this bet thing. It has me cracking up. I want him to do Amanda, but he does Beth and so many of the other ones. Great, definitely worth a follow. Portia, thank you. Exposing Amanda Bowden, Blue, Antique Paradise. It's Betty Boo Bitches, Chels, Creative Hallucination, and Barb, Chelsea, Happy Mommy, Mabel, Ruth, Froggy Kisses. I think that's everyone. If I forgot, I'm sorry. I apologize. Texas Trump Babe, Ultima, Amber Stoots, Lemonade, Summary, Palmer Girl, Lil Boppa, Berries of Manifestation. Thank you. Lemonade. Thank you. All right, let's get to dancing. Feel like dancing. All right. Here we go. Let me take that away. Let me pick out a song.
I'm going to mute when it comes to the music. Because, yeah, I think he's switching to Ashley Kelly I'm going to.
For Operation Lieutenant Dan, I call him.
Oh.
operation, Lieutenant Dan, I call him, because of the legs being amputated. But anyways, he just reminds me of the game of Operation. Yeah, Chef Carl's always live. Probably needs money for his car. So you can see the pad on his leg. But these are all the different surgeries that he needs surgery for everything. He's had surgery everywhere. So he reminds me of like a human game of Operation. So in my mind, I was just like, I'm gonna make this shirt for him to wear, put his face on it, and then I remembered to put the pad
You're
on his
right.
leg. So that's the story behind the shirt that he's wearing. Anyway,
I'm good. How about you, right quick?
so now we're gonna get to Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley Kelly changed her name to Aesthetically Ashley.
Okay, so yeah, I am going to end it because this is it about Tim Nash. Yeah, so that is what the lies that he came up with before. Now he's still sticking with the cancer and the seizures, but he totally forgot that he had one leg, one lung, and tumors in his heart. So, yeah, this is it for me. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and I'll see you later. Bye. What do you want? My cat's is saying bye, by the way. Bye.